In the novel The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, he shares his perspective of humanity and social society. Twain criticizes religion, civilization, and human nature to point out the flaws and weakness in America's society. He used an example of the flaws in society with the feud between the Grangerfords and Shepherdsons. The feud has been going on for a very long time, but they never try to resolve the issue. All they care about is how many people they have killed from the other family. Just like in society today, we hold grudges, and instead of apologizing, the issue stays the same much longer than necessary.
Throughout the whole novel, Mark Twain used satire to expose the hypocritical and ruthless lifestyle that the story was told in. Twain criticized civilization and humanity. The most important example of Twain exposing the harsh truth of civilization was the use of the N-word that diminished the worth of a person just because of their race. It was said over 200 times throughout the whole novel. The use of the word is so important to not only show the truth of racism, but the cruel aspect of it being so frequently and effortlessly used. There was many times that Jim was called it, but yet he never did anything wrong to be subjected to that word. Jim was always helpful to Huck, and I would even say that they became good friends. There was such an important line in the book that Huck said, "I know he was white inside." It shows that in society it was deemed that black people were automatically unworthy, and that Huck went against the norms and felt as if Jim was worth something. Mark Twain shows that just as much as society could show a certain way of living, it doesn't mean is morally or ethically correct.
Twain held his view of society because he wanted to address things that other people ignored, like the use of the N-word in the book. Some think that it's very inappropriate, but he is simply just trying to show the culture in that time period. He wanted to talk about things that others often ignored because he thinks it's important to have an understanding of why things were said and done. This affected his worldview and the fact that he thought about things differently and more complex than most people. He also didn't try and sugarcoat anything. He liked to look at things how they were and understand why they were, whereas others may ignore it because it's easier for them to understand. He didn't just go along with what everyone else thought. He wanted people to think and learn for themselves.